Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, episode 3 of the Team Breakdown series. We have the Baltimore Ravens up for this episode, so let's get right into it. Last season, probably not what you would have hoped for a Ravens fan. 10-7, okay. Second in the AFC North, that was probably to be expected. 6th overall in the AFC, and then lost the wild card. Obviously, Lamar, injured, played a huge role in that. So, notable offseason additions: Odell Beckham Jr. is the big one, also Nelson Aguilar and Rock Ya-Sin. So that addresses the secondary and wide receiver, which were probably two of their top, if not the two top needs of the team. And now looking at their losses, Calais Campbell, a big one. Others to highlight: Marcus Peters and Kyle Fuller. So secondary taking some hits, and then obviously DeMarcus Robinson, Sammy Watkins, not like huge players, but it's receiver depth, and they were contributors in that receiving core last season. But moving on to the draft class, Zay Flowers in the first round, also helping out that receiver room. You get Garrett Williams and Caillou Blue Kelly in the secondary, like that. Trenton Simpson, linebacker. I love that pick for the Ravens. I like Trenton Simpson as a player, and I think he'll do good on that defense with Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith at linebacker. And then the last two picks address the O-line, probably mostly for depth, but overall, pretty good draft class. So, looking at the opponents, obviously, they're divisional opponents. And then the AFC South, NFC West, and the Chargers, Dolphins, and Lions. So, not the easiest schedule. Now, looking at their ceiling, I think 12-5 there is an asterisk, because these games that I have them losing in their ceiling, they probably could win any of these games. But saying their ceiling is 17-0 is kind of unrealistic, because I don't think we're ever going to see that happen. Just is not really a thing that happens nowadays. But yeah, I think that this can be a very good team. Obviously, the big news of the offseason is you bring Lamar Jackson back, and you're surrounding him with new offensive weapons. The defense, I think, is not perfect, but it's not like a huge issue. So I think they can definitely have a very good season. But yeah, the schedule is kind of tough. So now if we look at their floor, I don't think they're going to have a losing season. I'll just get that out of the way immediately. I don't think there's any chance the Ravens have a losing season unless something crazy happens. But it is a tough schedule. So you could see them losing some of their division games or splitting them, maybe getting swept by the Bengals. Seahawks could be a tough game. Jaguars, Chargers, Niners, Dolphins. Colts are kind of like a sleeper good team for me. I'm a huge Anthony Richardson fan. Obviously, I don't think they're playoff contenders, but we'll get to that not playoff, Super Bowl contenders. I think they can contend for the playoffs just because they're in the AFC South, but Jags probably have that locked up. Anyway, we'll get to that in their team breakdown. Also, the Dolphins on there. So this is more a result of just they have a tough schedule, so it's possible for them to have like a bad season if things don't work out, but I don't really see that happening. So if we get to my actual prediction for them, 10-7, pretty good. I think they should be a playoff team. I'd say borderline top 10 team in the league. As for Super Bowl contenders, I'm not sure. I think the defense might need to be a little better, but they have young guys on that defense that can develop. The linebacker core is amazing. You'll have a second year from Kyle Hamilton. You bring in 2 new corners in the draft, and then also Rock Ya-Sin in free agency. So the defense can be a lot better. Lamar hasn't really gotten the team there yet, so that's an unknown. But Lamar is a very good quarterback, and I don't doubt that he can take the Ravens to a Super Bowl and win it. They wouldn't be a Super Bowl favorite for me, but I guess you could definitely classify them as contenders with the talent on that roster. So that's really all I have to say about the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like NFL content. We're going to have a whole off-season full of breakdowns, and then when the season starts, we have power rankings every week as well as predictions. So thanks for watching, and have a great day, everyone.